Well, we're back. I got a lot of questions, a lot of this and that for the week and a half we were gone. I'm going to try to get to most of them, and so it may be a long video, I don't know. Hopefully I know the answers to everything. I may not know all the answers, but I'll see what I can do. First question, I didn't write the guy's name down, I'm sorry. It says, why gas over electric? Why did I choose a gas cart? To me, it's a no-brainer. The Villages is getting so big, 120, 30,000 people here now. Plus they're building 20,000 more homes down there at Finney. Plus they're building who knows how many more over here by Leesburg. It just goes on and on. I mean, we're like, golly, from up at Mulberry down to Brownwood now is something like 14, 15 miles, a golf cart trail. And then they're going to have the golf cart trail that's going to connect Brownwood all the way down to Finney. That's at least another 5 or 6 miles right there, added up. I mean, in my mind, it's a no-brainer. Get a gas golf cart. They're virtually indestructible. You put a full tank of gas in it and you go. Electric golf cart's a little different. You got to make sure you got the charge. You got to remember to charge it up every night. How old are your batteries? They lose power as they get older. If you're going to be driving at night and you're going to be operating your headlights, batteries lose charge quicker. You get lost, especially if you're new here. If you get lost on a long trip, and that happened to me once. Battery went dead in the middle of nowhere. I didn't know where I was at. And yeah, that's just, to me, it's no-brainer. You know, just you're going to hear both sides of that coin. I had a park car once. You're going to hear both sides of the coin about electric versus gas. Just know what kind of driving you're going to do. If you're just going to drive around your area and you're not going anywhere else, planning on going anywhere else, electric car will probably get you just fine. If you're like us and the guys that I play golf with, especially in the summer months or the winter months for that matter, we go anywhere and everywhere. We may go clear up to Nancy Lopez. That's about a 50-minute ride in a golf cart to get up there. When they get Finney opened up, we'll take our golf carts from here to there is like 5 or 6 miles. We'll take them and go down there. So we use our golf carts all the time. So gas for us is a no-brainer. Somebody made a comment. Oh, I know what this says. Somebody had asked a question about renting a car at the airport. Would they really need one here in the Villages? So I said, no, you really don't need one. But at the same time, I said, if you're going to go down to see Finney or any of that, you're going to need a car because you can't get a cart down there. And somebody left a comment, said they rented a car from the airport, and they said they felt safer in the car at night. And you would, if you don't know the golf cart trails here. They can be really confusing. And she also said it was great for the nights because it was cold. And that's true. In the wintertime here, the nights can get chilly and cold. So I think that was from Timothy D. So hey, any of you guys out there, if somebody asks a question, you see it on there. If you know the exact answer, feel free to put it in the comments down below and answer the question for them. You may know something I don't know. Martha. What do villagers do for medical insurance? Well, Martha, approximately 80% of these people is on Medicare. And if you want to be in the Villages health system, then it's United Healthcare for a supplemental. And you have to have, in order to be in a Villages healthcare system, you have to have the Villages Advantage plan for Medicare. I got it. I like it. My wife doesn't use it because she has special medical needs, so she has Florida Blue, which is Florida's Blue Cross and Blue Shield, and she has the I think she has the standard Medicare. Her doctor is up around Spanish Springs somewhere. I don't even know. My doctor is a golf cart ride away down the road, and I chose it that way. So yeah, to answer your question, if you want to be in the Villages healthcare, it has to be a Villages Advantage plan with United Health Insurance. The only other thing is if you're under the age where you do not have Medicare and you still want to be in the village's healthcare system, you can be. They'll take Blue Cross. I had Blue Cross and Blue Shield when I first moved down here, and they took it. That's fine. But once you become Medicare acceptable, you have to go to the Advantage plan to stay in the village's healthcare system, or otherwise you have to go off campus and seek a doctor, somewhere else. Mark, is there an HOA? Yes, there is. He didn't think there was, but yeah, we got an HOA here. You don't have to join it though. It's a volunteer thing. It's not very much. It's like I don't even know, because I don't have it. But they leave a HOA newspaper in my driveway all the time. It's not much. It's like $1 a month or something. Don't quote me on that. It's just an insignificant amount. They do fight. They do argue a lot of things that the villages does. It's a political thing, and so I don't get into political stuff too much. I just get tired of the arguments because you can't win. It says, who enforces the rules? A deed restriction office. When you buy a house here, you're going to sign an agreement with the bank. It's a deed restriction for your area, and I've said this time and time and time again. I'm going to say it again. Whatever area you buy in, whether you be in I don't know, whether you be in sections 1 or 2 or 3 or 5 or 10 or 12. I'm in 11. Get a copy of your deed restrictions for that area. Read them, know what they are before you do anything. It says save you a lot of headaches. And other than that though, yeah, if there's a problem, right now it's all anonymous. So it's all complaint driven. They don't drive around the neighborhoods looking for something to correct. It's all complaint driven. If they don't get any complaints, they don't go looking for nothing. If you do something that a neighbor doesn't like that's against your deed restrictions, that neighbor, or doesn't even have to be a neighbor, just be somebody driving through your neighborhood from another neighborhood. And if they see something that they know is against the deed restriction and they don't like it, they can anonymously make a phone call. They will send somebody out to look at it, and then you'll get a warning letter telling you that your property's got to be brought back into compliance. And that could be many things, from the grass isn't being cut, your yard's not being edged, to who knows what. But in our neighborhood here, we don't seem to have a problem with it. I guess some other neighborhoods do, but we don't have a problem with it. Where was I at? Deed restriction, HOA can enforce the rules. Yeah, just basically say know your deed restrictions. Richard Goodman, financing a golf cart. Yeah, when you go down to the golf cart store, it's like buying a car. They're going to go into a showroom, and there's just going to be hundreds of golf carts sitting around, new and pre-owned, and there might be some sitting around outside too. And yeah, you go in with a salesman, you work out the best deal you can do. If you want to pay cash, pay cash. If you want to finance it, they have financing available. Don't ask me where they finance them. Don't ask me how much the interest rates are. I have no idea. My best guess is, because the village pretty much runs the citizens banks here, that's probably where they finance them, but I don't know that for sure. Stephen Smith. So stop coming back to Indiana, because every time I come up here it gets cold. Sure seems that way, doesn't it? Every time we go up there for something, it just seems like the week before we go up there, you're in the 40s and 50s, and then the week I show up, it's 17 degrees again. I'll try to do that, Steve. I got no plans on coming back to Indiana, at least until summer. I don't want to go back up there no more. Bob S. Stanky said he's not into outside activities like pickleball, tennis, or golf or whatever, so he said the villages probably ain't for him. And the villages ain't for everybody. I've always said that. But I will say this, Bob, that I don't maybe show them, I don't maybe talk about them. There's 2,700 activities here. 2,700 activities here. If you can't find something to do out of 2,700 of them, then you're not looking for anything to do. And they're all not outside activities either. They have all kinds of clubs inside. They have the rec centers here. They're everywhere. You get the activities calendars every month, and everything from euchre games to, I don't even know what, the painting classes to, they have glass, I don't know what you call it, glass melting classes are all inside. They have, I don't know, all kinds of stuff that's inside where you don't go outside. You can do things inside. Poker nights, they have poker nights in the neighborhood. In our neighbor alone, we have an activity every month, once a month at the rec center. It's a neighborhood social. Everybody brings something to eat, and they hire a band or whatever up there. I don't go to it much anymore, but yeah, I mean, that's an inside activity. We have driveway parties. Summertime especially, they're every month. Wintertime, maybe not every month, but yeah, we have driveway parties. I don't know what all else. I know that now they're taking our neighborhood. They're going to take a cruise, another cruise. I think next January or February. I haven't signed up for it. I don't know that I am, because this cruise ship's going to the same islands I've been to before. But anyway, yeah, the neighborhood does a lot of things. So there's a lot of things you can do that doesn't have anything to do with baseball or pickleball or any of that kind of stuff. Lee Porter says, I seem like a good old boy. I hope so. I mean, I've worked my whole life. My wife and I, we've never had anything really given to us. We've got what we got. We are where we are, and we're doing what we want to do. So, you know, we're not looking to make any enemies or anything, but yeah, we just try to get along with all of our neighbors and everybody in the neighborhood, and you know, just go on with life. Joe Lagori, high humidity in Florida, wants me to talk about the effects of life of high humidity in Florida. Well, in wintertime here, I'll say from October through April, it ain't much different here than it is, say, in the spring and summer months of, say, Indiana. Like today I think it's like 80, but it's breezy outside, sunny. Humidity today is, I don't know what it actually is percentage-wise, but it's not anything. I mean, it's just a nice day. So we don't have that humidity in the winter months like people seem to think you do, but we do have it in the summer. In the summer months, the only thing I can tell you is it's just hot and humid, period. Now, how does it affect our lives here? Really not much. People have the same activities in the summer as they do in the winter. They have the same. I play golf in the summer. Actually, we kind of enjoy playing golf more in the summer than we do in the winter, because the golf courses are half empty. And it's hot, yeah. We just take water, something to drink on the golf carts. We take it with us. In the golf carts themselves, there's fans that you can put them in there if you want them. I don't have any, but the windshield on most golf carts folds down, so that when you're driving in your golf cart, the air comes through the golf cart, and that helps out a lot. When we're playing golf, we'll park under a shade tree as much as we can, just to get that little bit of extra. We don't get in a hurry playing the golf. We slow down a little bit. I mow my own yard in the summer. I don't get in a hurry. I may go out there and mow a little bit, and then I'll come in the house and sit down and have a glass of tea and may watch a TV show, and then go back outside and finish up. But as far as it slowing any activities down, no. As far as it stopping people from doing anything, most of the people I know, no. Unless they got a serious medical problem, no, it doesn't slow anybody down. After you're here, I'll say a year, maybe two, you get acclimated. And you get used to this 90-degree temperature. And it doesn't seem so bad at all. And then when you go back to Indiana and it's 68 degrees, and they're loving it at 68 degrees, you're going to be walking around with a sweater and long pants on, because you're going to be chilly. Now, that may sound ridiculous, but I'm telling you what I know, because that's the way we are now. So you'll get used to the hot weather, and activities goes on. This pools, they get more business in the summer. The swimming pools do, which is normal. But other than that, nah, it pretty much goes on. It's the same. Aurora, and median age in the villages, is there any place to go where the average age group is 55? Basically, the newer areas you go to is a younger age group. I'm looking outside there because that car right there, I don't know if you can see it or not, it's been cruising up and down the street. My neighbor's got a house for sale. And like I said before, we know all the cars. So anyway, the newer areas is generally a younger age group. The older areas is generally an older age group. That's not 100% true, but that's a general reason. You go down to Finney, the average age group there should be a little younger than say it will be in Spanish Springs, because that's a much older area. But as time went on and goes on, the people that originally bought up there, let's just say, are moving on. And so a younger crowd is coming in and buying those pre-owned homes. And so the age group up there is starting to turn around a little bit. Down here, if you want to buy a brand new home, then yeah, Brownwood area and Finney area should be your younger area. I think I read in a Villages magazine not too long ago that for all of the villages, the average or the median age was like 62. If that helps you out any. So gated, because she's concerned about it not being a gated community, so she thought it was. And she said she's going to be alone for long periods of time because her husband still works, so she'll be coming down here alone. Should she be worried about it? No. My wife used to come down. I had a patio villa up by Sumter Landing for a few years, and she came down all the time to decorate, and, you know, whatever. That was the excuse for coming down. I got a feeling she came down to get away from me, but she'd come down for a month or so at a time, and we never had any problems whatsoever. She never had a car. The only car she had was that golf cart, and she took it everywhere. And we never had a problem. But if you do want a car, you can rent one for a day or two. We got 2 or 3 rental agencies here. That's very easy to get to, and you can do that. But don't be concerned about it. Do any people have any home security alarms here? There's a few that probably do. My neighbor back here in the back, because he's only here in the winter, he leaves in the summer. He's got cameras on the back part of his house, and I think inside his house, and he can monitor his house from his computer up in Cleveland, Ohio, where he's from. So he just feels safe to be able to look at it and see it, and I understand that. But does he need it? He really doesn't, because all of us people around here, we watch all these houses that are empty, and we know who's here, we know who's not here, and so if anything, we know he's not there. So if anybody's over there walking around that we know shouldn't be over there, we pretty much are keeping an eye on it. But he feels safer looking at it, and that's fine, so he does. But do you need him? Not really. Just Home Watch will take care of it for you. Just give them a call, let them know you're not going to be around, blah, blah, blah. They have a list of people in every area, and so what they'll do is they'll make extra patrols and keep an eye on your house. That don't guarantee anything, but they do keep an extra watch when they're driving through. You just come on down and just have a couple of drinks at the bar, go out and eat, make a few girlfriends, and you'll fit right in, and there'll be no problem. Jeannie R. Golf cart bridge connecting Feeney. She's concerned about where it's going to be. Well, Jeannie, I wish I could tell you exactly where it's going to be, but I don't know. They may have announced it. If they have, be honest with you, I play golf a lot. I run around a lot, and so I don't read all the Villages news about who's doing what where. But they did have an announcement here, I think it was 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I did a video on it, that they're going to extend Buena Vista Boulevard all the way down to, I think it was 468. And they said something about connecting the golf cart trail for Southern Oaks and that area over there to Buena Vista. I know it doesn't tell you where the bridge is going to be, but that tells me that Morris is over toward the south end, and that takes you out to Finney. Buena Vista is more by Brownwood, more north of Finney. And if they're going to extend that all the way out, then somewhere that golf cart trail is going to cut across this way to connect to Buena Vista. I think everybody's concerned about that toll road down there, is how they're going to get across that toll road. And they're talking about building a golf cart bridge across that, or at least that's what everybody is saying. They may. I can't see it. I don't know. They may. If I hear anything about the golf cart bridge where I know exactly where it's going to be, then I'll say something about it. But I can't help you. I don't really know where it's going to be. And I'm not sure everybody else knows where it's going to be either, truthfully. Rick Hayes, is there golf cart insurance? Absolutely there is. I got my golf cart insurance with my car insurance down here. My golf cart insurance, I think, is $65 a year. It's like $1,000 deductible, I think, something like that. Will you need it? Probably not. Could you need it? Possibly so. Every now and then you hear about something happening where somebody wasn't paying attention or something, and you know, things happen. But double check on your insurance when you get it, that if you're going to let your grandchildren use it, you need to make sure that if they're going to take it and run around in it, that they're covered, because that insurance may only cover you. I don't know. Mine does. Mine covers me and my wife. If I let other people use it, they've let us know that it's my problem. So just know that if you're going to have grandkids down, it's not a toy. It's not take the cart and go drive down the road and have fun. That's not what it is here. So, I mean, they call this Disneyland for adults, but it's not Disneyland. So be careful and make sure they're covered. Steve, fencing in the villages. You're not allowed to put up any kind of fencing without the ARC's permission, and in a neighborhood where there is no fencing, you're not going to get the permission to do that. But they're over around Pine Hills. They built some designer homes over there. I believe they're designer homes, and they're fenced off with a nice vinyl fencing that matches the colors of the houses there. And you can't see through the fence. It's like a privacy fence all the way. It's between the houses and the backyards. If you got a dog or whatever and that's what you're looking for, you might check and see if any of those houses are still available. My guess is they're probably not, but there might be. You never know. There might be one for sale. But if nothing else, drive over to Pine Hills next to the golf courses. There are two, Escambia and I can't think of the name of the other golf course. Shoot. Anyway, there's two executive courses there behind the rec center. They're over there. Check them out when you come down. And then also ask your realtor, whoever it is, if they have any homes like that down around Finney or Southern Oaks, or if they plan on building any of those kind of homes down there. And if they are, that could be the answer to your question. Other than that, Courtyard Villa is the answers for you. All Courtyard villas have a fenced-in backyard, a courtyard. And so if you got pets and that's what you're wanting to do is have an area where they can run, Courtyard Villa, you can buy Courtyard Villas literally from the far north to the far south end. There's Courtyard Villas everywhere. Moma Lake says, coming in February and wants to meet me. Well, I'm around. So when you come down, I mean, I'm busy a lot between golfing and men's beer day and all these other things that we do around here. But I'm around. You might see me up at the square at Cody's. I go to Cody's on the Thursday at 3 o'clock. We have men's beer day. I golf 3 or 4 days a week. I'm home doing yard work, like my bushes need trimmed now. We've had some rain and it's getting hot, so everything's starting to grow again. So yeah, I'm around. That's all I can say is I'm around. Christine S. Do they have a 2018 cart map yet? I don't know. But when you come down, if you're coming down for a lifestyle or something, or if you're renting a house, go to the village's sales department, and in every sales department there's a village's logo room, I'll call it. It's t-shirts with the village's name on it, coffee cups with the village's name on it. I have some of that stuff. In there's where you get the golf cart map, and they're $5, so they'll be able to tell you if they got a up-to-date map or not. Other than that, if you're renting a house, what you might do is send your landlord an email telling that you'd like to have a 2018 golf cart map to get around. You don't need a 2018 golf cart map, by the way, for everything north of 44. Because the older golf cart maps, I had a 2014 golf cart map, and it's got Brownwood and Sumter and Spanish Springs, all that's on that map. The only thing the newer map's going to show possibly might be golf cart trails at Finney, which isn't going to do you any good anyway because we're not connected to Finney yet. So you don't need a 2018 map to show you all the golf cart trails down around Brownwood here, but ask your landlord if he'll get one for you. For $5, if you were my tenant, for as much as they charge to rent things here, I'd get one and throw it in there for you and let you have it. Jim A, square footage in a home, does that include the garage? No. All the square footage is figured on livable space, heated and cooled space. So your lanai is not even part of the square footage. The garage is not part of the square footage, lanai is not part of the square footage. It's everything inside the house on one level. It can't have a step, and it's either heated and cooled. And it's just like the lanai. My lanai is enclosed. I mean, we got sliding glass doors, we can shut it, and we can heat it out there, we can cool it out there, but I cannot include that as part of my square footage of my house because when you walk out into a lanai, there's about a 4-inch step. You step down into the lanai. Because that floor is not level with the rest of the house, that cannot be included as square footage in the house. Just an interesting fact. Jim Weber. Oh, thanks, Jim. He's thanking me on my 1,000 subscribers. I guess I do have 1,000 now. Let's keep them going, though, because you never know. 5 or 10 of them, you know, might decide that my information isn't what they're looking for, and they could unsubscribe. And if they unsubscribe, then I'm back down to $9.95 or something. So let's keep it going. I'd feel safer with like 1,050, and then hopefully I don't lose anybody. But yeah. I got until like February 20th, so a lot can happen between now and February 20th, so keep it going. Oh yeah, I want to announce this here too. I'm behind. You guys probably already know this. I don't know that you do or don't, but Finney has announced a new rec center over there that's open now. It's called, or they're building it. I should say maybe it ain't open yet, but it's there. But I think it's open. It's called Sugar Cane Rec Center. And they've also announced a new patio villa design over there. It's going to be the patio villa neighborhood with a new Garden Series villas. I haven't seen them. I don't know what they are. But if it's a new series, it'll be a nice one. I don't know if the village built anything that wasn't nice. I do know that they had a patio villa over there I saw when I was driving around. They had a 2-car garage on it. Oh man, I wish I'd had a 2-car garage in my patio villa up at Lake Sumter when I had mine, because that car and a half just didn't get it. But the 2-car, I probably may have kept that if it had a 2-car garage. I mean, that made a big difference. Now I think they've got a 1.5-car garage villa, and then on the other side of the villa they kind of turn it around sideways, and they put like a golf cart garage sideways. So you got like a 1.5-car to your right and a 1-car or a golf cart garage to your left. So that's a lot of room. How they're designed inside, the entries and all that, I don't know. I'll see if I get down there sooner or later. So okay, 1,000 subscribers. Keep it going. I got to guarantee that by February 20th. So okay, I'll get out of here, and I'll do another Q&A because I got a lot more questions. I'll try to get some more information, get it out there as soon as I can now that I'm back. So until next time, I'll see you on the other side.